Cracking Crackers, welcome back to the official Council podcast. I am here joined by my one and only fucking co-host for today, Ryan. How you been doing?
I'm fresh out of quarantine, so that's pretty good.
How was that like?
Just really 7 days of absolute nothing, and like really a waste of time. That's pretty much all it is. It's basically 7 days deleted out of your life. That's essentially what the whole quarantine is.
I mean, it's 7 days off school, which isn't that bad.
Well, yeah, but you can't do anything afterwards, or you can't drive. You can't go outside of your house. I mean, like, I don't even think you can. If someone's like walking by your house and you got your front yard, you can't go out there and be even close to them. I think, because technically, if they walk past and you give them like tuberculosis, and like, I think you're in the wrong there. So I don't know exactly the rules. All I knew is that I couldn't leave the house, so I wasn't going to take any risk with actually exiting outside. The front yard, that is.
What, so you couldn't leave for 7 days?
Yeah, no, I couldn't leave for 7 days, yeah. Well, I think on the 7th day I was able to leave, or was it? I think it was the 8th, actually, yeah, no. I entered in at 12th, on my birthday, by the way.
Yeah, I fucking forgot about that. We were going to go to Melbourne.
Yeah, it was bullshit.
Record an episode in Melbourne that got delayed.
Fuck. Yeah. Yeah, no, they did get delayed. COVID.
Well, on that grim note, it's actually pretty good to be back. Like, I remember the last time I recorded a full episode was a couple months back, because it was the second episode, but that got held up with this fucking GIF. The whole thing, why it wasn't out for another 2 months from the first one, was a GIF. Sourcing this stupid fucking GIF.
Yeah, it did. It was the topic of the conversation whenever we were talking or anything. It would always come up, and we were never able to fix it.
It was such a pain. And the mistake was I set it as the Spotify art first, and it just I tried to put it into the editor, and it just got fucking ratioed. The aspect ratio was all whack and shit. It pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie, it pissed me off. It took 2 fucking months to get out, but now it's out. It's doing pretty damn well. I'm happy. It's just good to get it out, and it's good to be back.
It is good to be back recording another episode.
Yeah, I mean, it's only the 2 of us, because, lazy motherfuckers can't show up on time.
Corey's burying his head in the snow in, like, Hotham, so we can't really... Like, we don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, I think that's...
Nothing is more important than this podcast. This is our life now, and it is really... Like, some people think it's sad, but I don't think it is.
I mean, we're getting a little bit of clout at school.
We are.
School's been pretty good with the podcast. I mean, we have Hendrik trying to be on it. We have Seth. We have Clay.
Yeah.
No bitches still.
No bitches.
It's great. It's great. I love having no bitches. No bitches at all. It's fantastic.
Yeah, no.
But on that note, I wanted to make this episode about awkward encounters.
Yeah, we've had a lot of those.
All cringy shit. I mean, life's cringe in itself, but like, there's especially cringy moments that hit you when you're laying in bed at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and they just hit you like a fucking wave. And it's just the most cringe shit imaginable. Or when you're taking a shit, when you take a shit and then, you just think of like the cringiest thing that happened like 4 years ago, and you're like, fuck.
It's worse when you remember a cringy moment in public, because then I start swearing to myself, and I start calling myself an idiot. I look like I'm having a mental breakdown. Like, I look like I could be sent to an asylum at any moment. And so, like, it's just the cringe you get from it. It's, I don't know, it shouldn't exist. Like, what in, biology, like, what
Cancel
made
cringe.
humans cringe? Like, it's terrible.
True.
It's the worst thing.
Well, with that, do you have any notable ones? And any noticeable
I do.
moments? It's like real fuck moments. Do share.
When I was at the MCG, we made,
Yeah.
well, I was like 16, like 15 at the time. Yeah,
2 years
and
ago.
this dude
2-3 years
just
ago.
made eye contact, and you don't do that. You don't.
No, especially
And
not
also,
in the
when
bathrooms.
someone's like being in the urinal, you don't use the one next to someone. If there's a free one to the side, you use the one furthest away from the other dude.
Yeah.
But apparently not. Apparently not, according to
Not
this
in
guy.
Melbourne.
He just came up and just started peeing on the one next to me. I'm like, dude, I didn't actually say this because that would have been cringe, and that would have been like more of a bad moment.
That would have been cringe.
I didn't say it, but I was like, what the hell are you doing, man? Back up. Back the fuck up. But, you know, he did. You know, he just carried on. It was the most awkward 4 minutes of my life.
4 minutes? That's a fat piss
No, well,
right
he
there.
didn't necessarily leave immediately.
Fuck,
It
that's
is creepy.
dude.
It's creepy.
I mean, imagine like, wait, did you like wash your hands? Was he still looking at you while you're washing your hands?
No, he had his head down when washing our hands. 'Cause he also walked over to the... You know, he actually went over to the other side of the sinks, like, to the opposite side.
So he can't do that whilst he's taking a piss.
Yeah, he does that when he's washing
has,
his hands,
you know,
but
washes his
apparently
hands.
not when he's taking a piss. He has to, like, be, like, a buddy.
What a fucking sus you.
Didn't you have one of your fucking... Didn't you have one at school, though? Which one?
Oh, my physics teacher. I hope he fucking listens to this as well. This is a call out. Fuck you. Fuck you if you're listening to this shit. All right. I'll tell you. I'll tell you how this goes. All right. I didn't go to Headstart for like transitioning into year 11.
As no one should.
But yeah, it's like if anyone doesn't know what Headstart is, it's the 2 weeks that lead in that you go into the next grade, and it leads into the next year, and it's only for year 11 and 12. And I remember I didn't go because I was really fucking sick. It wasn't COVID, but I was really fucking sick. And I remember I came into this mindset of the year of like, oh, I didn't go to Headstart, I won't know the initial stuff they're talking about, so I won't listen. And I didn't listen. And I remember I get called out for it all the time. And I'd go home like, this motherfucker pulled me out in front of the whole class, blah, 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 playing the victim, basically. Even though it's my fault, right? And I remember Mum's like, oh, do you want me to speak to him? I'm like, no, don't do that, Mum.
Don't get the mum
Don't do
involved.
that.
Yeah.
Well, she fucking did that. Mum fucking spoke to the hub and spoke... Alright, we're gonna cut that name out. We're not...
Yeah,
we
we
can
just
cut this out
said
in
the
post.
name, so we're just gonna resume from now. Yeah.
We'll put a bruh. We'll put a MP3 bruh over that name. And I remember she spoke to him for 45 minutes. And she told me that. And I'm like, fuck. Anywho, that class, I had him the next day. Because she told me in the afternoon. I think we were going shopping and she told me. And I had him third session. And at the end of third session, remember in the science building, he's like, oh, can you stay after class? I'm like, fuck. You know, I know what this is about. And he we sit in this tiny fucking table, either end. And he's like, do you not like me or something? Blatantly like that. And I'm like, oh, no. You know, playing it off. You know how to play it off. And it was just so fucking cringe. Because he's like, no. I'm like, no. I was just staring at the fucking table for like 5 minutes. Of just complete silence. And him just staring at me. You know
That
how
is pretty
that
sus,
is?
yeah.
But the story arc's not over. It still
Gets
goes on,
better.
right? I remember that that term led into quarantine because we had a massive like spike in COVID cases. And I remember on quarantine one day, I don't know what day it was. I had my compass and everything was working. You know, internet was fine, like everything was fine, but WebEx wasn't fucking working. And I remember emailing him asking saying that, oh, you know, WebEx isn't working, I can't go into class, blah 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 blah. And then I sent him the email. He replied with, oh, that's fine, Harry. You know, as long as you're accessing Compass. And then caps lock is like, which you have not, and I can see when you've accessed Compass or not. It basically just ranted
I
on
don't
me.
think they can, by the way.
And it's like, alright, Yeah, they can check
well,
if you've been
shit.
on Compass. And so I was like, oh, fuck you. So I've been on Compass that day. I went on Compass to get his Gmail. I don't know. I've never messaged him before. And I shot this guy an email of my history. It was a screenshot of my history with the date, you could see it clear as day. And then like 8 tabs open. And it shows that I've been on Compass that exact day. He didn't say anything. He didn't say anything at all. Right? And then I wait half an hour. I'm shit scared. I'm like, I just, confronted him basically. And then I check Compass. Boom. B marked there for both sessions. Because I had a double. And then I go to send him another email saying thank you. Couldn't. Motherfucker blocked me.
Yeah, that's fucking... And then you blocked him back, didn't you?
Yeah. I blocked him back. And every time he goes over to study group and stuff, when he's like helping my friend out with maths, it's the most cringe fucking thing.
When he's in the proximity, you dip.
Get outplayed. Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, he's not the worst, but he's pretty arrogant, and that wasn't the main reason why I moved out of that class. The main reason was, it's kind of toxic, you know? Like, they're all a bunch of really, really smart, bright students, and, I wasn't really the smartest one there.
Where were you?
And I just didn't like the feel of the class. It wasn't welcoming. I didn't like it, so I'm like, alright, I'll move into a different
That's
subject.
not the only cringe encounter you've had with a teacher, though. English, 2021.
What do you mean?
On WebEx.
Oh, yes. Banger of a story on WebEx. I remember we had a substitute teacher, because our normal teacher wasn't here for English. And she was an older lady, this substitute.
Yeah, considerably older.
And she got everyone to unmute their mics and read the story. I don't know what story it was.
Longest memory.
But she got us to read it. Longest memory, that's right. And she got me to play a character. And I shot her with the, oh shit, my mic and camera's not working. She stops the whole class and just vents on us.
Yeah, no, she vented on.
She just went ballistic. She called me out.
She called you out for the next 10 to 12 minutes. She was ranting about how Harry didn't have his camera on. I didn't even think she cared about if you were talking or not. She wanted to see that you were there. And then she was like,
I think I was cooking lunch.
Like, you guys are year 11s and you are not choosing to collaborate in this classroom. This is childish behavior. She did that for about 10 minutes, and then I think she realized that she wasn't getting anywhere, and we were just going into our next classroom anyway. Like, we're all leaving, and
yeah, she went sicko mode. Yeah,
I was ready to read, I was ready to take up the mantle, but she didn't ask me. She asked you and people who weren't actually, didn't want to talk.
Yeah, I think she did that on purpose. I think she was just in a sicko mode sort of mood, and she just wanted to vent on someone. I think... I wasn't even really there. I was there. My computer was at the breakfast bar. I was just cooking chicken tenders.
It's not...
And she just went ballistic.
Remember Aiden? Aiden had a time where he had his mic and that muted, so the English teacher decided that she was going to unmute his mic in the call. And when his mic got unmuted, all she heard was bang, bang, ching, bang, bang, bang. It was just fucking his kitchen. It was just Aiden in the kitchen. That's normally what it sounds like. Like pans and everything are falling down.
What the just your typical matho moment.
It's chaos in there.
That reminds me, I had this super fucking cringe moment. I remember it was back in year 8. And I remember I'm not going to mention anyone by names, but there was this one girl, and she bullied me fucking relentlessly. And I obviously hated her. She bullied my friend and I. And I remember we had PE once, and it was in an indoor basketball court. And we're sitting on the bleachers, because we weren't going to do anything. And I remember shit talking her. Like, oh, this fucking bitch, you know? And with my friend... and turns out, our dumbasses didn't bother fathoming the thought of looking around if she was there. And lo and behold, she was right behind us, staring at us.
Oh no! What year was that in?
That was year 8, and I remember looking back. I don't know why. I just see her. I just see her feet, and it scared the fucking shit out of me. this made it more cringe, right? That wasn't the cringe part. This is the cringe part, right here.
Yeah.
I remember getting up, walking off the bleachers because there's like a steps to the side, and I remember I went to change rooms, and it's like a hall behind it. You walk behind the bleachers to get to the change rooms, and she's there. She meets me at the entrance of the hall, and she's like, "Did you call me a bitch?" I'm like, no, I didn't. And what my dumb ass does is panics, runs down the other side of the hallway, the other end, and she meets me there. That fast motherfucker. She meets me at the end of the hallway with a group of her friends. I don't know how she rallied them so quick.
She rallied
all
the
got
troops.
over there so quick.
She got reinforcements.
She blocks me off. I tried to get out there and she blocked me. And it was so fucking cringe. It wasn't even them doing it. It was my reaction to it. And me just getting blocked. And I think I like locked myself in the change room. It was real, and it made it worse because I liked it too at the time.
Yeah, that happens.
That made it really, really cringe. Yeah, but the motherfucker blocks me from leaving, so what I could do is go backwards into the change room.
Fuck.
That is some cringe shit. That is some cringy bullshit. I hate
Cringy place is always a library. I think everything, a lot of like cringy shit goes down in the library. Moments you would want to forget happen in the library.
I mean, especially because it's so quiet, it's more intimate as well.
Well, our library isn't,
You know what I mean?
necessarily quiet. It's just,
Nah.
it stinks like shit. I mean,
You need like the weed urates and shit.
yeah,
you know?
and they're like sweating. They're sweating 24/7.
Oh, that's like a bit off topic, but last week Friday, I had maths in M2. I remember it. I walk in there, and you know when you take your shoes off, and your socks after you tread in muddy puddles and shit, and it just smells like fucking ass after it's been marinating in your shoe for like a day. It
trench
smelled
foot.
like that. Yeah, it smelled like fucking athlete's foot, fucking trench foot, whatever you want to call it. It smelled like ass. I remember everyone just like venting everything.
You were like, it's not fucking
like,
me.
turn the aircon on, the humidifier.
We got air purifiers now.
They literally just open up everything. Yeah, they cost $1,000 and no one turns them on. We got 56.
Such a waste. And I think every school in Victoria got. I don't know if it was every school in the country or every school in the state, but it was one of the two. But anyway, they spent a load of money on those air purifiers and no one turns them on.
I think they're like $800 each of those Samsung ones.
I think they're
fucking expensive.
I would imagine that the education department got them for lower, but
Oh yeah, like bulk buying and shit.
yeah, no.
Yeah, but that. Back on the topic of me getting blocked off, I hate when you're at the shopping center and you step to the left to be considerate, but they step to their right, and because they try to be considerate, but you do it simultaneously, so it looks like you're fucking dancing. Does that ever happen to you?
Yeah,
It's
no,
so
it always
cringe.
happens. That it doesn't just happen in the shopping center. It happens like in the street as well.
The hub.
We got
Oh,
got tons of space, but yet we're doing the Charleston or something on the side of the road, like. Yeah, we're doing the
waltz over
waltz.
here, and then you like. The worst part about it is you stand still, and they also stand still, and it's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Okay, this is literally a break in the Matrix. This is some like Oblivion NPC shit. Just move
All
around.
it takes is someone to be like, I'm having a bad day right now, and then you're messing with me by like trying to cut me off, and then shit could go wrong.
Yeah,
fast.
victim blame. Yeah.
Speaking about that, I've seen bad road rage. Like I've like seen like bad road rage. Like since I've been driving and everything, there has been
Oh shit, do tell.
there's been some horrendous road rage. I watched a guy get cut off at like the highway, and I thought I was about to watch a fist fight in the middle of the road. Like I've only ever seen that on YouTube, but I almost saw that in IRL. Fucking, and that is
I
awkward.
remember.
Because what are you meant to do? You're watching these two dudes or two women, or unfortunately, if it happens, one of the two genders. But like, yeah, you
Male
don't
and
want to see a
female.
male and female going at it in a road rage.
I mean, I don't care what gender it is. I'm a sticky beak. Like, the inner white person just, awakens inside of me, and I'm a sticky beak. I don't care. I'm admit it. It's better than not admitting it. I'm a fucking sticky
It's
bit.
hard
I
not
don't
to be.
care.
It's hard not to be.
I know.
Something entertaining's going down. I'm watching it.
It's like there's a fight at school. I remember it was start of 2021, so last year. And I was sitting near the U12 hub, and there was a fight in the year 10 lockers. And no cap, the whole fucking school just swarmed over to it. It looked so fucking stupid. It looked like a swarm of locusts, just beelining it towards this fight. And then it finishes halfway through, like them trying to get over there, and then just walk backwards. That's cringe.
I reckon the awkward fight would have been the one in the library. When two...
Was there a fight in the library?
This was last year. Oh, the year before that, 2020, I think. But these two people are fighting in the library. The librarian doesn't care until one of them hits the bookshelf. Then we had a problem, and the librarian just went like back 20 years, like winded the clock back 20 years, and just bolted over to the person who threw the. She's like, "That's enough. Leave the library."
Listen here, cocksuckers. You keep on hitting them books, we're gonna have a problem.
Listen, those are new books, okay? They're fucking laminated and everything. They are
disorganized that shit.
Those are new books, and you cannot be hitting these. No, but yeah, no.
This is the gayborhood, and you're not welcome. You're not welcome. Start squealing.
We got one of those in Melbourne, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I drove past it a while back. But yeah, I think we do.
Were you welcome?
I don't think so. I don't know. I think it's like a club or something, but it's pretty impressive that they managed to reserve a side of the road just for people who they want walking across. I mean, like, it's kind of respect. Like, you kind of have to respect it. It's their territory.
Wait, did they have the rainbow crosswalk?
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
That is kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. I want my own, like, side of the road.
Fuck it, I want a gayborhood.
Well, I don't know if I want a gayborhood, but I want something similar. Of like, you know, respect or.
True.
Because people don't really care about
true.
If they have that or not. They kind of just let it be. I think the one in the video, the one in the famous, you know, notorious clip, I think that one is in LA, I think. Or it's in Portland. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was from Australia. It looked like in America somewhere.
Wouldn't it be cool to have a click in your name?
Fuck if I know. I just found out about this. I knew there was like clicking languages, but like.
Yeah, but yeah, if there's a clicking language, it's always clicks. Like, if you're gonna say a name, it's like having clicks in your name. Pretty cool. That's all I'm saying. Pretty cool. I can imagine the awkward encounters that get caused from that. But
alright, I'll wrap this up now.
Wrap this up.
Alright.
Wrap it up.
Well, with this tomfoolery out of the way, thank you for listening to another episode of the Council Podcast. Follow us on Twitter, because we're kind of getting ratioed. You know, fucking.
We are. We need more followers on Twitter.
Fucking 10 followers. We need this shit. Follow us. Good night and goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. Wow, ice this fucking Google Translate. Pathetic.